Alright boys, today is finally the fucking day for the ultimate showdown between the Hulk and the Sentry. And before I even get into this video, comment down below, who do you guys think is gonna win this fight? The Hulk or the Sentry? Because the way Tony Stark was straight up glazing this man last issue, it kinda gives me the idea that Sentry might be the only hero left that can stand a chance against the Hulk. But shit, maybe Tony could be wrong, but we're just gonna have to find out right now. So without further ado, let's get into the final, last issue of World War Hulk. So the issue opens up with us refocusing back onto Hulk's arena, where we see Sue and Ben beg on their knees for the Hulk not to let Reed finish Tony, but everything's already set in stone. The Hulk wants Tony dead no matter what, and with Reed tower-overing Tony with the mace in his hand, he tries his absolute hardest not to slay his friend. But with the obedient disc attached onto Mr. Fantastic's body, it is no use, and Reed forcefully goes in for the kill, about to bash in Tony's head. But just in a slight second, Reed would just barely miss Tony's head by just a smidgen of an inch. And goddamn, look at how big that mace is next to Tony's head. Bro was dead ass a second away from looking like a live leak video. Insane. But after almost killing Tony, he thinks that Tony's ass was smart enough to hack into the obedient disc and stop him from finishing him off. But that's not what really even happened, because in actuality, Hulk was the one who stopped him. And his reasoning for doing so is somewhat interesting, because apparently the only reason why he even came to Earth in the first place, aside from the fact that his people got brutally vaporized, was so he could get justice, not murder. His actual main motive is for everyone on Earth to know how truly evil the Illuminati is. That being them being liars, traitors, and even murderers. And just before leaving the planet, he plans to level the whole entire city, only leaving the Illuminati to soak in their shame and guilt. And after hearing Hulk's real motives, while still being at the disadvantage, Tony decides to stand on business and talks his shit, saying that they've tried again and again to explain the actual truth to him, but his ass doesn't want to listen at all. So now, this is gonna be Hulk's last and final chance to surrender before shit gets real. And Hulk gives Tony the most dead serious look I've ever seen before asking what will Tony do if he doesn't surrender.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
Without any warning or zero indication, Hulk's shuttle explodes and crashes into the arena, as we then see our glorious golden goat, the Sentry. And with all his power and might, he tackles the Hulk and sends that boy out of the arena to the city, where they smash into several buildings.
You don't want this fight, Sentry.
Yes, God help me, I do, because you're the only one I can hit. Like this!
Alright. Stark, Richards, all of you, never forget, whatever happens next is on your heads.
You know, this issue of World Breaker Hulk made me realize something. And that's if Disney and Universal ever stop deciding to come at each other's throats, I am telling you right now, a World Breaker Hulk movie would instantly break $1 billion in the box office. Because what I'm reading right now with my eyes is actual pure cinema. The writers in this room were rotting straight fire, because this comic is dead ass a gem. But enough dick eating. Going back to the elite fade Hulk and Sentry are having, Hulk stops holding back, and with all his power and strength, fires off the most powerful punches known to man directly at the Sentry. But Sentry, eating every single punch like it's just a light snack, says just once more. Before going in with his eyes glowing bright gold yellow, he hits the Hulk with all his mighty power and rips through the entire city in pure and utter carnage. Buildings being evaporated, cars being totaled, and the whole city block just being covered in total flames. My God, some somebody help the Marvel heroes, because I don't know how in the world they're gonna manage to solve this problem. Actually, speaking of heroes, going back to the arena, everyone's like, Tony, what in the heavens did you tell Sentry to do? And Tony simply says that he told Sentry to play God. And you know, I think it's a little bit hilarious because Tony earlier was dead ass serious when he told this man to play God, knowing full well that that shit was gonna blow right back up into his face. Like, what was Tony's actual game plan right here? Because I know Sentry was his last trap card, but why would he let a full powered Sentry fight an incredibly enraged Hulk? Like, isn't that the equivalent of letting two big ass tanks blow each other up? How are you not gonna expect so much damage and destruction from that? Like, I honestly think that's just goofy. Anywho, we see Hulk crash to the ground engulfed in a blaze of hot fire, and Rick Jones, seeing the battle that's currently ongoing, remarks that if these two keep going at it for much longer, then the earth is in threat of being destroyed. And this fucking ugly ass bug, Meek, says good, while the Sentry is over here conjuring up a massive flame storm that's probably gonna fry like everybody in fucking New York City. Krug and Hero try helping the Hulk by blowing away these flames, while Reed exclaims that Tony needs to use one of his satellites from outer space to stop the Sentry from causing any further damage to the city. And as they continue plotting their plan, Meek comes in and protects the two duels from the raging hot flames from burning them. And Meek says his reasoning for protecting the two was so he wouldn't see another world die out. And while getting covered by Meek, the two smartest beings in the Marvel universe continue strategizing on how the hell they're gonna stop Sentry and the Hulk, but mostly the Sentry from destroying the whole planet. And then Hulk comes in the middle of the blazing beam of fire and says that what Tony and Reed are doing is clearly just pointless because machines are not gonna stop this man. And in the literal heat of battle, he comes in closing towards his opponent. Unfortunately though, he couldn't even do anything because the minute he was close enough, the Sentry would have unleashed a burst of energy point blank right towards the Hulk. Even so though, the Green Goliath would continue to push forward, every blow the Sentry lands carrying the force of 1 million suns. And with each devastating impact, Hulk Sakar's armor would begin to slowly evaporate into nothingness. Funny, all these years, I try to calm you down, and now at the end of it all, it's me who can't seem to stop. Goodbye, old friend.
Stupid. They can call you whatever they want. Savior, destroyer, all that matters is what you choose.
Unleashing one big final attack that would light up the whole entire arena. Once the energy of the blast between Marvel's two big powerhouses would begin to finally calm down, we would see the two strongest heroes slowly revert back to their normal selves, that being Bruce Banner and Robert Reynolds. And once the fight finally came to a close, Robert would say thank you to Bruce before collapsing knocked out. Bruce turns his head around and then opens his hand out for Rick, revealing that now Bruce is finally back home where he belongs, officially ending the issue in the whole entirety of the World War Hulk series. Ha, got you. Yeah, no, the issue isn't even over yet. Because Rick Jones gets completely slimed out by Meek. I'm talking about he gets stabbed right in front of Bruce and everything. And you guys can imagine what happens next. Because after Bruce hulks out, he starts giving out free cans of whoop ass. And Craig and Hero, knowing that Meek's about to get fucked up, tries to restrain the Hulk. But that shit don't work at all. And he starts stomping on this cockroach's head with pure aggression and rage, before beating the bug into the ground. But oddly enough, Meek wants to die. And that right there is when the big twist is revealed. Because back on Sakaar, before that shit got blown into Kingdom Come, Hulk was kind of a chill and peaceful guy, and Meek's weird ass for some reason disliked that shit. So one day when the Red King's former henchman planted a bomb on Hulk's shuttle, he straight up just let that shit slide, knowing that when the bomb exploded and killed millions of people, and even Hulk's wife, that it'd bring him back to his rage and anger. And after the truth is revealed to the Hulk, well, let's just say it doesn't go good at all. Bruce, it's alright. We'll help you this time.
Stop! Without you, none of this would have happened. I'll hate you forever. Almost as much as I hate myself! Do it before I break the world!
God help us all. 3 meter focus, 1 9 millisecond burst every 100 milliseconds. Target TS53, Anthony Stark, DUS. Commence tracking. Wait for my mark and mark. Well, boys, after Bruce finally comes back from being the Hulk and almost destroying the whole world, his ass gets sent to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s containment facility. Also, his friends are arrested and Rick Jones is also sent to S.H.I.E.L.D. that way he can properly recover. And in the end of it all, Bruce being trapped in this pod, he, for the first time in a long time, closes his eyes as now he can finally relax and rest. Now back on Sakaar, we closely see this green goop spit out this monster that closely resembles the Hulk. But before we could get any more information on this creature, the comic would then come to a close. Now actually officially ending the World War Hulk series. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Peace.